from the main chamber to whenever the house.
Ibrahim, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yes,
Can you hear me?
your sound is a bit muffled. I don't know if you're using an earpiece or something. If you could just stick to the.
Can you better now?
Let's try and see if it's going to be clearer.
Yeah, it's a way. Is it better now?
Much clearer, thank you.
So I was saying that today it's difficult to tell which side is a minority, which side is a majority.
Okay.
Per certain arrangement.
Okay.
It's always been very simple and straightforward. You know your left from your right, and that's easy as that. Left-hand side of the speaker, minority. Right-hand side of the speaker, majority. But today, if you are looking at only certain arrangements without paying attention to what happened last Thursday, the last time the House sat, or subsequent Friday, what the Supreme Court did, then you will see that there is a unitary government taking place in Parliament. For the first time, we have NDC and MPP all seated at one place around the table, thinking about the forward march of Ghana.
Interesting.
That understanding you will get. And that's because, yes, earlier Frank Anodomfre got a head start. He came to the chamber, and then subsequently he was ushered out because the whistle had not been blown. The whistle was scheduled to be blown around 8 a.m. When the whistle was blown at 8 a.m., yes, he went in again and occupied the front row to the right side of the speaker, which is occupied by the majority. And that did not deter the NDC MPs from also accessing the chamber and going to the same side of the speaker to sit. So we have NDC MPs, MPP MPs all seated at the right-hand side of the speaker. I engaged Community Account a moment ago, and I was asking him why that is the case. And he argues that the speaker is expected to come to the chamber when the House is in session. And so members of Parliament are expected to be seated before the speaker comes. Now, how will they be able to say that they are waiting the speaker's directions if they don't take their seat? The last time they heard from Bagbin, he had declared them majority. And so going by that, they had the right to occupy the right-hand side of the speaker. After the last time the House heard from Bagbin, the MPP were to be in the minority. So it's the MPP that's encroaching on the territory of the NDC caucus. And that if they are to adhere to the dictate of the communication from the speaker the last time, they ought to have moved to the left side of the speaker. And that this new marriage that you see and you found as the marriage, the very beautiful marriage between the MPP and the NDC caucus here, will continue until Speaker makes his way into the chamber and gives consequential directives.
Okay.
I asked the NDC as to whether they had not heard the other rendition given by the Chief Justice. And they say, no, as far as the chamber is concerned, the only communication they heard was the one that took place on Thursday. They will await any further comment, any further directives from the Speaker. And so that is exactly what is happening here in the lawmaking chamber, albeit in a makeshift structure.
Okay.
That's the grand arena. I have ABF seen here who has been explaining the position of the NDC caucus on this. So let's engage him briefly. Honorable, you are live on site. First of all, what's happening? For the first time, we see NDC MPs, MPP MPs occupying one side. What is happening?
Ibrahim, it's a very straightforward matter. We are complying with the rulings of Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker is the only authority as far as Parliament is concerned. Nobody, including the executive, that is the president, and the judiciary, including the chief justice, can direct Mr. Speaker as far as the proceedings of the House is concerned. And so, going by the proceedings and others, Mr. Speaker has ruled that we are in the majority. We have only come to do what is legislative and proper. To take our seats as the majority and perform our duties as members of Parliament of the majority. That's all.
One who asked us whether you've not heard about something that happened from the Supreme Court on Friday.
I just told you that as far as some of us know, nobody directs proceedings of the House, apart from Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker hasn't given us any directives to believe that we are not on the majority side. And so, as far as we are concerned, we don't want to belabor any point. Anybody can say or do whatever he wants to say or do. It is not our business. Our business is to listen to Mr. Speaker and what directives Mr. Speaker will give. And now Mr. Speaker gives no directives to comply.
Couldn't your side have sat on the left side of the Speaker awaiting his further directives?
No, Mr. Speaker has already ruled. He doesn't need any further directives. What will occasion Mr. Speaker to give further directives? There's nothing that will occasion him to give further directives. He has given the directive already that we are in the majority side. What are we going to wait for again? Right. I think that we'll be delivering the point.
Your chief whip is now another place because I've seen him sit right in front of me.
I'm sure he was conversing with some members of our majority group. I'm sure when the proceedings of the House he will revert to his rightful place. He knows that he's now on the other side. He's now a minority chief. So I'm sure when it happens, he will rightly move to the side where he belongs. He was only having some nice conversation with us.
The vice president and MP you guys want to win the majority. Go to the polls. Don't win majority through the back door. What?
Yeah, but if we want the majority already, I'm sure you should know even the run up to the election. You know what happened. But after saying that, is the one first to know that proceedings on the floor of the House are as important as winning elections. So if on the floor, your own members now propose a vote of no confidence, and especially it is he, Dr. Bawumia, who is driving away even members of the MPP. They have no confidence in his leadership. And that is why they are running away from the party to go and file as independent. So the first indictment is to Dr. Bawumia that there's a vote of no confidence in his leadership. And even before he even concludes the campaign, his people are even running away from him. So who in the country is going to endorse him when his own people are running away from him? His own members of parliament don't have confidence that they can file on the ticket of the MPP. They are filing as independent candidates. Ibrahim, that should speak volumes about Dr. Bawumia's leadership. So it tells you that he's already fallen. And I've already said that when the House has fallen, you ask whether the roof is standing.
The counter will be that American Central is NDP, is also got independent.
Yes. So I'm saying that how many people are they suffering on their side? They have suffered the collateral damage that has transformed their fortunes from majority to minority. We, on the other hand, have been boosted because we are moving from minority to majority. So what is the issue? I'm sure that if you put the balance of this together, he is suffering a huge deficit. And Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia, because of his huge credibility, he's a novice in politics now. Because, like I said, even before, he had not compare him with President Mama. He's light years away from President Mama. President Mama is far ahead of him in the ability to manage the affairs of the party and people. He doesn't know how to manage people. So that's why even his own MPs are abandoning the party and going for independence. In fact, Ibrahim, go and do the research. They are saying that about 24 or 25, including former members of MPP, are standing independent. In this election against the MPP, it speaks volumes about the incompetence of Dr. Bawumia. And he cannot even manage the affairs of the party. How can he manage Ghana?
Alexander Kwame Martin, the leader of the MPP caucus, mentions that you have lost seats. In fact, per your own research, you are losing parliament come December 7th. That per NDC's own research, your own internal research, and per the research the MPP has equally done, they are taking more seats from you people, and that's how come the drama is coming from. Which funny research? They are very credible. If you want to listen to polling, listen and read pollings from more credit-worthy institutions. Dedicated, committed, competent polling listening. For instance, like Global Info Analytics, they have done things. In the run-up to the MPP, when they said Kennedy Japan was going to get closer to 40%, they said it was fake. They have been borne out. We got about that 40%. So we can say that is a credible thing. But this one is a funny. You can't even trace who actually did it. And as far as I'm concerned, NDC has not done any push that has projected that we are not going to win majority. On the contrary, our own research find it indicate we're going to have a handsome majority, inshallah, in the next parliament. So I don't know what they are talking about. They themselves conducted their own poll and came and said it is Dr. Bawumia was going to get about 48 or 49. That is them. Your own poll, you can't even establish that your far better can win. They said that their own far better is hungry for a second round. He's defeated long even before the first vote has been cast. Finally, isn't this a recipe for chaos? You don't really expect chaos given the fact that all of you are occupying one side.
Ibrahim, I said that I only saw another prayer. I don't know whether you saw anybody else. That's why I said another prayer came to confess with our people. I expect them to comply with Mr. Speaker's ruling and revert to the status of the minority. I know it's painful. I sympathize with them that going on the opposition bench is not easy. But that is their destiny now. We should accept it and work. But I believe that it will take a long time because from here we are continuing to the ninth parliament with a majority. So once we sit in the majority today, I'm rest assured that by the grace of Allah, we are not getting a party. We continue after January 7th.
If you've seen the member of parliament for Saturday, so there you have it. Yes, I've asked it, and so the Vacant of who occupy the majority side. Dr. Alex Naduma, I'm sure you've seen the video
of him dancing Agbaja with the NDC side?
From the NDC side, yes. And Ubiyamwa as well. I've seen a number of them, including Habib Idrisu, the deputy whip as well. Many of them occupying the right side of the speaker here in the chamber.
Well, let's see how the day will unfold. Ibrahim Alasan, thank you very much. Ibrahim Alasan is our parliamentary affairs correspondent, making sure that we do not miss whatever is happening in Parliament. We'll go to him as and when necessary. It's the Morning Star here on Star 103.5 FM.